welcome back to the channel. I'm Beyond Joe and thank you so much for checking out this video. I cannot believe that this is the third pickup video. So this one's for April. It just feels like yesterday that I was doing one of these, and I'm still loving them. I hope you guys are. I've built up quite the selection of things to show you guys today, and again, I was picking these things up long before I was recording these videos. I just wasn't sharing it with anyone. So I would absolutely love it if you let me know what you thought of some of my pickups. If you think they're rubbish, if you think they're great, just whatever you think, I would really appreciate you let me know. Like I said, I want to build a community. I want to make some friends who share a passion that I do, because a lot of my close friends, this isn't really their thing. So let's get into it. Now, I've been super lucky this month. I've been gifted quite a few games from family members. So just everyone who's gifted me a game this month, thank you so much. The first gift was from my dad. So he is an absolute legend. I can't say it enough. He is just one of the most amazing people in my life. And he was out at a charity shop. Now, this is something I really recommend people who are into video games and collecting games do, is let those around you know. Let them know what sort of things you're looking for. Because he was at a charity shop and he saw a stack of PlayStation 1 games. I don't tend to see PlayStation 1 games at charity shops anymore. So he sent me a picture and asked if there was anything I needed. And I let him know that one of those games I did need. And when he came to give it to me, he refused any sort of payment. He just wanted to give it to me as a gift. So thank you so much, Dad, for this. And that game was Croc. This is not in the best condition, as you can see. It's cracked. A lot of PlayStation 1 cases end up cracked and damaged. If I find another case, I will upgrade it. But it's got all the key things. It has the manual. It has a disc, which is really important. It's got the, what would you call it in a PlayStation 1 game? The front bit, which I found quite often is actually missing in PS1 games. This game's just been remastered. I was really curious about picking up the remaster, but shock horror, I can't find a physical. And if it's not physical, Joe ain't bothered. So for now, I'm going to have to do with the original Croc. This is a game that I played to chuff when I was growing up. I absolutely loved Croc. I'm not sure if my memories of this game are going to be quite as rose tinted, maybe, as I think they are when I replay it and give it another go. So while everyone else is going to be playing the remaster, I am going to be playing the original PlayStation 1 game. Now, what's quite funny is that that wasn't the only PlayStation 1 game, sorry, that I got this month. My mum and I were out shopping with my daughter, and I was hunting for a specific game in CX. I think you've probably seen it in the last video. That game was Gravity Rush 2. And when I arrived at that store, it was absolutely destroyed beyond belief, that game. Really waterlogged. Please do check out my last video. It's right near the start of the video if you want to see a bit of footage with that game in it. So I was a bit disappointed. And my mum said to me, oh, was there anything else that you saw that you liked the look of? And I saw this game in the behind the glass cabinet, if you like. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to get that game. It's been on my list for a long time. I keep putting it off because I do see it quite often. But this one looks quite minty. I'm going to get it. And when we got to the till and I went to pay, she pushed my card aside and very kindly, very kindly paid for it herself. So thank you so much, Mum, for this game. Massively appreciate it. And it's, again, a game from my childhood. And that is Dino Crisis. I am a huge horror fan. I love my horror and I love my horror games. And Dino Crisis for the PlayStation 1 is a game, I don't know why I don't have it anymore. I don't know what happened to most of my PlayStation 1 games. But alas, I don't have it. And again, it has the manual, has the disc, and this is a game that I can't wait to replay. It is also a game that is now available on PS Plus, one of the tiers. So you don't actually need to have it anymore. But me being me, of course I need the physical. So I'm super excited to play through Dino Crisis again. And then the last of my gifted games this month, and this one from my lovely wife. Those who, again, saw my last... Oh, actually, it won't be my last. It might be the next video. So keep your eyes peeled. My videos have got a bit mixed up. And the reason is because someone very kindly hit me with their car and broke my arm in two places. I had two fractures, one in my elbow and one in my wrist. My arm's much better now, as I'm sure you can tell. Still not 100%, still kind of hurts. But as a way of sort of saying sorry for what happened, my beautiful wife, she got me One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. It was a bit funny because this game has been on my Amazon wishlist for an awful long time. And what she did, bless her, she found a link to that list. I don't know how she still has that, but she had a link to my Amazon list, and she bought this for me. Really sweet of her. But the funny thing is, because I have the broken wrist and broken elbow, I haven't been able to play this game until quite recently. What I will say about this game is it's fantastic. From what I've played so far, it might actually be my favourite Warriors game. And this game also taught me why the Warriors games are called Muso games. I had no idea that Japanese word for Warriors is Muso. And so that's why the Warriors game, so One Piece Pirate Warriors, Hyrule Warriors, Dynasty Warriors, are called Muso games. So I've learned a thing, maybe you did too, maybe you're already aware of it, I wasn't. But if you do like Warriors games, if you like One Piece, check out One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. I really do recommend it. Now, as everyone knows, I like to sweep in my pickup videos, going from one thing to another. And I've got some books. I have decided that I'm no longer going to be doing non-gaming related books. So I'm not going to be doing just manga. I'm not going to be doing just random books. I'm going to keep these pickup videos just gaming related. But that doesn't mean I can't include books. So I found this guy. So this is a Nintendo adventure book. And I found this in an antique store. It was £2 and I couldn't leave it behind. I really like the old obscure Nintendo collectibles. And this is one that I've never seen before. I have one of the Sonic Adventure books. I had that as a kid. So yeah, I'm super happy to have that. It would be nice to get the rest of them. This is number 6. And I doubt very much that I'll find any more. But if I do, I'll be super happy. Because yeah, these little weird little collectibles are some of my favourites. So super happy to have that one. At that same antique store, I got yet another Kingdom Hearts manga. This one, Chain of Memories. Unfortunately, this is the second one. So I'm going to be pretty confused if I try and read it. But I will try and find number 1 as well for a good price, because this was a couple of quid. So I'm not going to not pick it up. And over on the Beyond Worlds podcast that me and Stephen do together, we are working through a retrospective of Kingdom Hearts. So I'm really into it at the moment. It's really sort of in my zeitgeist. So very happy to find that one for really cheap. And a book that I've been looking for a very long time. And this book was astronomically priced for a book. So that's Dead Space Martyr. I say was astronomically priced. So Dead Space Martyr is a book in the Dead Space series. I haven't read it yet, so I can't tell you much about it. But I'm guessing it just fills in some of that lore, some of that mythos, which I personally love. Now, in October of last year, I streamed the Dead Space remake, and I really wanted to get totally involved in Dead Space. I wanted to, get in the nitty-gritty, and I wanted to read this book. And this book was about 70 quid. 70 quid for a flipping book on Dead Space. So I was hunting charity shops. I was doing everything I could to try and find this book, seeing if maybe on World of Books I could find it, maybe at Oxfam. Nowhere. Only place you can get it was Amazon, secondhand, for huge amount of money. Except they just re-released it. They just re-released it for retail. So this book cost me a tenner. And I'm so happy about that. I can finally read this book. Yes, I could have read it online. Yes, I could have got the Kindle version or whatever. But as you know, I'm a physical guy. And when it comes to video game books, I love the physical versions. So super happy to have this in my Dead Space collection. Super happy I can finally read it physical. So thank you to Titan Books for re-releasing a book that was impossible to get. This is what people should do. If a book's that expensive, it means people want to read it. So re-release it. I don't quite understand. It says it's a first edition inside. It's not. This book has been out for a long time. But yeah, and what I will say, if you're interested in this book, there is another, I think, a sequel. And that one's coming out in a month or so. I've got it pre-ordered, but it's definitely worth picking up now. Let's stop the flippers from filling their baskets with it. So my next pickup for this month is another sort of, it's a bit of a mix, this one. So I have always been a big fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and a lot of the more recent action figures I've not been a fan of. And as I just said, I'm not including just random action figures anymore. I'm not including things that aren't video game related, but these are. So I picked up, first of all, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants Unleashed. I really liked the most recent film, and I liked the action figures that they did alongside it. They reminded me of the old sort of 90s action figures, so I was really chuffed. This game's a bit odd. I really like the animation style, but otherwise I don't know, it seems like it's a kid's game with actually quite a difficult fighting style. I don't know if that's just me, maybe I'm an idiot and it's actually super easy, but I found it quite tricky. But along with this, they did do some action figures. So I got 2 of them. I think it's the only 2 enemies in the line. And that was this Crabapult guy and Turbo Crammy. So Crabapult there and Turbo Crammy. And as you can see from these guys, they're cool. They look 90s. They look I know, colourful and fun. And so these are 2 of the bad guys from the game. I thought that maybe there would be some of the you know, bosses or something like that. It turns out not so much. But super happy to have these. Something I did notice, it does say that there's a character skin inside. It's frustrating because I'm not going to open these. I'm going to put them into a box in my attic with my other Turtles collectibles, because unfortunately that's where they go and they're going to live in the attic. But super fun to have a game made for kids with a toy line that comes out with it. So that's fun. Again, super 90s. I love it. I'm behind it. If you like Turtles, if you like action figures, definitely one to keep your eyes peeled for. So speaking of the 90s, another big part of the 90s for me was Mega Drive, especially Sonic the Hedgehog. If you've been watching my videos from the start, you'll see that each pickups video I've been trying to add a Sonic game to the collection that I've either lost, I've sold, can't find, and this is actually one that I never had. I never had this. It was the biggest gap in my Sonic collection. My friends all had it, so I never wanted to buy it, because when I was growing up, games and money are a hot commodity, and this is one game that I never felt I needed. And then as I got older, it seemed to get more expensive, harder to find. I never saw a copy that I liked. And I actually went all the way, I drove about an hour and 20 minutes away from where I live to find one of these in stock. And this is a CX game, and one that I'm super happy with. Absolutely fantastic condition. Sorry to leave you waiting. Sonic 3! I am so happy to have this. I can finally play Sonic 3 and Knuckles the original way it was meant to be played. This is really good condition. Manual and cart there look great. CX had this really competitively priced as well. Comparing it to like eBay prices, I was over the moon. I think this guy sent me about 30 quid, 30 to 35. I can't remember exactly. And just realising there that I've not really been saying prices of anything else. I'll be honest, I don't really remember. I think the Turtle Gets game, I've been waiting for a sale, so I think that cost me about £14 new. Yeah, I'll get on to how I do that on another video at some point. But yes, Sonic 3, really happy to have this. For those who know, it is one of the best Sonic games. The only way to make it better is by plugging it into Sonic and Knuckles. I'm not going to personally right now get into the history of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but if you're curious, there are so many amazing YouTubers who've done so many amazing videos all about Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Check it out. It's such an interesting tale, and yeah, I just can't believe I've never had this, and I'm so happy to have it in such good condition. So thank you to the gods of video games for finally getting this into my collection and in such a good condition. Yes! Now, a minute ago, I sort of hinted at, with the Turtles game, how I've been waiting for it to drop in price. So I know a lot of people hate Amazon. A lot of people have rightly dislike Amazon. A lot of their practices, a lot of their delivery methods, things like this aren't great. I used to be a postman. I massively feel for these guys. I saw them day to day and they are treated pretty badly. However, what Amazon are able to do is competitively price a lot of video games. Not retro games, but new games. So what I tend to do is if there's a game that I want and it comes out, I will add it to a wish list. So either the Switch wish list, PlayStation wish list, Xbox wish list, whatever. And what I'll do is every few days, I'll just go through my list and I will wait until there is a massive price drop and, you know, something along those lines. And that's exactly what happened with this game. And I believe it's because they've just announced a PlayStation version and an Xbox version, because it was originally a Switch exclusive. That game is Disney Illusion Island. Now, this game was varying in prices. I managed to get it for £14. Super happy with that. And this game is really good. It is a completely non-combat game. And when I heard that, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not. But you know what? The platforming is fun and intuitive. and I finished this game in 2 days. It was the first game I played after, you know, breaking my arm and being able to like, oh, let's try playing video games again. And yeah, the story is what it is, but the characters are funny. You know, I actually laughed out loud at a couple of points, which is ridiculous. But I'm a big fan of Disney games. Castle of Illusion for the Mega Drive was one of the first games I ever played, and this has that sort of a feeling. I'm yet to play it multiplayer. My wife isn't the biggest gamer when it comes to multiplayer games. We play more party games. But yeah, I can't recommend this enough if you're a fan of Disney, and if you've got young kids in your family, I'm sure it's going to be a great game to play together. These next few games, I'm going to try and get through a little bit quicker. I realise this video could end up being huge. I don't want these to be massive videos. But these are, again, some games that I've been wanting to play, waiting for them to drop in price, and I got some really good deals on. The first one, Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. As you can see, this guy's still sealed. I haven't got around to playing it yet. I have played the original Dragon Quest III, so it's just a matter of waiting. I love the HD 2D visuals. Should have some footage down there on the screen of what this game looks like. But I love Dragon Quest. I love the Toriyama art style. So really happy to have this one. And I'm looking forward to 1 and 2 when they do come out. The only reason I haven't opened this game yet is time. I don't have the time to play this. It's an RPG, a big one. And there's a lot of other games I'm playing right now. So I'm looking forward to getting to it when I do. But I know it's going to be great. I love Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is just such a good series. Second only, in my opinion, to Final Fantasy. So happy to get that one. One that I got to stream and play with Stephen. But unfortunately, things have turned out that it hasn't quite worked out yet, especially with my arm. But that is Space Marine 2. And I have played this game. I played the start of it, very much, you know, an hour or so. And from what I've played, it's fantastic. Graphically stunning. Those who know, but if you're on the fence, try this game. It kept its price for the longest time. It just didn't go down at all. And this one is one of my most expensive pickups this month. I think I paid about £30 for this. I probably should have waited. I know it's going to drop in value. It's silly, but I really do want to play this. I want to play it soon. I want to play it with Stephen. Stephen, find a way to get it, and we will play this through together. Once we have finished, It Takes Two, Split Fiction. So after Split Fiction, we'll stream this one together because it's just phenomenal. And the other big reason I wanted to play this one with him is we watched the Amazon Prime. They did the gaming series, and they had a Space Marine episode. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It's phenomenal, and it will make you want to play this game. And then another game that I've been on the fence for the longest time, waiting for it to drop in value, and this game absolutely tanked recently. I did actually mention it in the most recent video I just did, and that's Hogwarts Legacy. This game is now a £15 game, which I'm super happy about. This game is a bit funny. I haven't actually said this on the channel before, and it's something that at some point I'll talk more about. But I was actually in the Harry Potter film, specifically the third one. I was Malfoy's double. I have all the proof. I know I look nothing like him now. I was 14. I'm now not 14. And so yeah, the Harry Potter franchise and me have always had a bit of a weird thing. What with being in the film, I don't know. I sort of loved it for a while, and then I very quickly grew out of love with it. But I think maybe this will get me back into it. Growing up, we all read Harry Potter, right? And one of my friends did play through this and said it was good. So it's worth trying. And now that it's cheap, I figured, why not? Why not do it? So maybe I'll stream this at some point. Who knows? But yeah, maybe it will relive some childhood memories. We'll have to wait and see. Now, these last ones I am really going to run through. I haven't played them, so I don't have a massive opinion of them. These are CEX pickups. These are games that I don't often see. Well, two of them I don't often see, and one that I see all the time and have just been meaning to pick up. So the first is the game that is one of the only games that's still stuck on the Wii U to never leave, and that's Nintendoland. I never picked this one up. I do have a collection of Wii U games, and I have my Wii U, and this is one that I'd like to play with my wife and potentially my daughter when she's a bit older. I don't know. I think this might go up in price because it's going to be the last exclusive. So I thought I'd get it now. It was a few pounds from CEX. So happy to finally have this one. Another game I took a punt on from CEX. And this one I shouldn't have done. It was £15. I saw it. I thought it looked cool. I actually thought from looking at it that it was an RPG. That was a mistake. I don't think it is an RPG at all. And I thought it was an exclusive when I saw it. And it's not. It came out on the PS2. Mystic Heroes. So, you know, sometimes we get impulsive. Sometimes we pick up games that we probably shouldn't have done. This is definitely one of those. It has a really cool box art though, right? So I thought this is going to be awesome. But yeah, when I got home, did a bit more research. And actually, it's not the one. But a GameCube game that I am really chuffed that I picked up. I think this one was about £20. WarioWare, what is it? WarioWare Inc. Mega Party Games. I did play the GBA version. I have most of the WarioWare games now. This one I didn't have. And while I was here in CEX, the big bright yellow cover really stuck out for me. And I thought, right, gonna have to add that to the collection. It's gonna look funky on the shelf. So I grabbed that. And then the last game for today's video is an Xbox 360 game. It's one of the ones that I needed for my RPGs on the 360. And that's The Last Remnant. It wasn't very expensive. This one was only £4. And so at the time, it didn't matter to me that the case was damaged, that it was all mucky muck and messed up. So that wasn't me. The actual sticker, for some reason on this one, was on the back. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see this, it has been multiple stuck overs. And I didn't mind because I have extra 360 cases. So at the time, I thought to myself, oh, that's fine. I'll just swap out the shell. Something to be aware of with Xbox 360 games, specifically the RPGs. And I'm sure this is the same for PlayStation games, although I haven't actually checked. Maybe I'll check that. Is that with these games, they're multiple discs. So this one is a 2-disc game. Yeah. And I don't know if you'll be able to see on the camera, but it actually has a 2 on the little push bit for the CDs, because it's there to hold 2 games. And so I didn't really want to be shoving them into a game case that was made for one game. Maybe I can. I don't know. Has anyone else noticed this before? Because I wasn't even aware of it. So for now, it's going to sit in a bit of a manky case. Maybe I'll try and clean it up, but no amount of cleaning is going to replace a missing corner. Maybe what I'll do is look out for another version of this to replace this one at some point. But The Last Remnant, it's a 360 RPG, one of the few, I believe, exclusives. Although I've said that before with Eternal Sonata, and I had no idea that it came to the PlayStation. So I really have to be careful what I say, I guess, now. But as far as I'm aware, this was a Square Enix Xbox 360 exclusive. And I think now there's only 1 or 2 I need, some cheapy ones. So one I missed when I was in Sheffield, and I think that'll be the next video that goes up, or it could have been the last one. As I said, my timings with videos have been a bit confusing now. Going forward, they should all be nice and sorted out. No more broken arm, no more difficulty filming and things like that. But yeah, I don't have many RPGs left for my 360 collection, so I'm really excited to get that finished. But yeah, The Last Remnant, let me know if you've played it, let me know what you think. And yeah, I just remembered there was one other thing I picked up this month. This has been on my list for a long while. I tried to get it on release, and there was actually a problem with my card. I remember vividly. It was 4 years ago, so I don't remember that vividly. And I was on holiday, and there was a problem with my card. Where I was, I didn't have any signal, so I wasn't able to rectify that problem. I didn't even know about it till I got back. So I never got this, and it sold out. And it has maintained a pretty high price since then. And I got this guy for less than retail from a CEX, which is amazing. And that was a Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak Malzeno figure. So really, really, really happy to add this to collection. I have now got all of the Sunbreak amiibo, and I'm not going for a full amiibo collection, but I did want all the Monster Hunter ones that I could get. So super happy to find this. And when I went to the CEX to look for it, I was trying to look for the non-boxed figure, because I just assumed for the price that's what I was looking for. But no, it was behind the shelf in its box. Whether it was a pricing error, I couldn't tell you, but super happy to have this guy, and it was just under £30. So yeah, for those who amiibo collectors, CX isn't actually the worst place to get them from, I don't think. So keep your eyes peeled, and that is actually it for the video. So thank you so much for watching my April pickups video. I hope you found some things in there that you like. I hope it wasn't too boring. I hope it wasn't too wordy. I've tried to add a bit more footage in than the last time, so I hope you enjoyed that. Until next time, I've been Beyond Joe, and thank you so much for joining me in my world.